Well, hello ultra racing fans, and welcome to the Race Across the West and the Race Across America Daily Recap Show. I'm Jarek Wilhelmsen. Right here we have Rick Bothlein, and we have a fantastic show for you today, so let's get into it. And today's show is brought to you by Visit Oceanside. Make sure to go to the website visitoceanside.org because this is a beautiful city, and folks, I think you really need to check it out. So, howdy. How you doing,
Jared.
man?
How you doing?
Excellent. Well, we're here in Oceanside again. We're getting ready for the team start on Saturday.
Yep.
We got teams here registering, but while that's happening, we have a race going on, Utah into Colorado, the Race Across the West, and it is spectacular.
Yeah, Race Across the West is a cool thing. So we kind of developed that race 9 years ago to get people to bump up from that 500-mile race up to something a little longer to bridge that big gap up to Ram. And so it's kind of a unique specimen in its own, and it's become its own kind of international accomplishment.
It has, and in fact, this year we have a record-breaking team. Team Monster Media has already crossed the finish line, and they broke the record with, let's see, was it 1 day, 16 hours, and 55 minutes with an average of 22.69 miles per hour.
Yeah, four super talented racers, three of which have some Ram experience under their belt, solo and team racing. And the fourth is a race director for the Belgian Waffle Ride. So again, a very talented group of guys with a very experienced crew. And they came out with that intention to set the record, and they came out and dropped the hammer hard on everybody. And they did it very convincingly and beat the record by, a couple miles an hour, a mile and a half an hour, and that's significant.
That's pretty good. And besides that, we have some other history being made right now. The current overall leader is Sarah Cooper.
Yeah, and it's really cool. Sarah is kind of, I call her an up-and-coming star, but she's been around for a few years. She's really shown her talents in quite a few ultra events, and we were really excited that she's racing Raw. And again, she's someone who has now shown she can go out and race with the best of them. She is leaving everyone in the dust. She's leading men, women, and everybody coming into, I think she's probably getting pretty close to Utah.
Well, let's see. I think we have her exact here. Oh, not that one. Let me see. Here we go. Raw. She would be a raw solo.
And she's based out of Iowa. Not necessarily what you consider necessarily hilliest terrain, but it certainly doesn't seem to be slowing her down one bit.
That's right. She's at 834 miles right now, so
Yeah.
She's got a little over 150 miles to go.
Yeah, so she's entering Colorado. She's getting into the final stretches, and wow, what a ride.
Well, speaking of Colorado, we have our Mountain States video journalist, Tara Roberts, out there, and she provided us with some awesome B-roll, actually showing Team Monster Media going across the finish line. So let's check out and see what she got for us. Excellent. Well, hey, thank you a lot, Tara, for that. You know, one thing that's really important in the race, or one thing that we've discovered in the Race Across America, is sometimes these vehicles move kind of slow, and unfortunately they impede traffic. So there's a few rules that we've implemented to ensure that, to keep the smooth flow of traffic. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so anytime, day or night, and obviously at night, if it's direct follow is mandatory, but if there are vehicles stacked up behind you, more than two, you need to pull over and let those vehicles go by. And in any situation, the rider and the support vehicle should always be to the farthest right where it is practically safe. If it's dangerous over there, that's fine, but the shoulder of the road is there. That's what it's there for, to be ridden in, and that's the safest place for the rider and the car to be.
Now, we're going to transition back to Raw for just a moment. We were talking about some other teams that are crossing the finish line.
So, the solo male, Todd Carpenter's having a great ride up there as well. He's right on Sarah's, tail, but he's having a really solid ride. And Team Moab also crossed the finish line, setting a new mixed team record. So there's been a couple records set already, and also in Raw there's been a few DNFs. It's a hard race, so it takes its toll. But it's nice to see, 2 records already set, and most likely when Sarah crosses the line, a third, and who knows what's left to come.
That's right. Well, I'll tell you what's left to come is we're going to have the Ram team start on Saturday, and today we were fortunate enough to have the press conference. So let me give you a couple sound bites from that press conference.
I'd now like to talk about the team competition beginning this Saturday. We've got 41 teams in the 2, 4, and 8-person categories, representing 8 different countries from all over the world.
I mean, I think you have to carry some confidence in to try to do great things. So, I think the confidence is well placed. And I think we all react pretty well to some pressure on ourselves. That's kind of what makes us good. That's what makes us perform, is that added pressure.
We are riding for Pedal for Pets. It's an organization I actually started when you get that moment, that aha moment, I got to do something. So I thought I'll just ride my bike and raise money. So the big problem is the 3+ million animals being put to sleep every year just because they exist in the U.S. alone. So how do you stop that? You go to the grassroots level and provide spay-neuter surgeries, money for that, education, and basic how do you care for your pet.
We're a team of 4. We think it's going to be tough. We've got no idea. We're not trying to break the record. We weren't trying to overtake you boys at the end. But we just want to finish this thing. We don't have a team. None of us have done this. We're all passionate about cycling. We've done various things. Living in Europe's quite nice and great climbing and stuff. But yeah, we got no idea. there's a lot coming here.
Hey, there you go. That was a pretty good press conference. While the teams get here, there's a lot that they have to do. They have to go through the registration process. Essentially, they have to get their checklist. They have to go through inspection to make sure that all their bikes are safe, that they have all of their numbers. They have portraits to take. And you know what? Besides that, each team that comes here is riding for a cause. Well, they might not be riding exactly for a cause. They might be riding for themselves, but a lot of them do. So I want to give you a couple of sound bites of a few teams that are really doing something special.
It's in the hands of our crew chief. She has a binder about that thick with all the details, and she just tells us what time to be where. And so we're showing up right now. We have to get some pictures taken inside, and I guess the bike inspections are tomorrow. And
tomorrow morning, yeah. I mean, some of us still have to do our jersey sizing and all of this too, I think. So
yeah, logistically, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, we've had people arriving the last couple of days. In fact, I just got in like 45 minutes ago. We're rolling up here for pictures. So.
Just got in. Or Instagram, yeah. Well, we only have a starting.
So the reason sort of we're here really, this sort of started about 2.5 years ago when my father went onto the waiting list for a heart transplant, and we sort of figured that doing the Race Across America would be a really good way of publicising the sort of lack of organ donors, and to raise some money for the British Heart Foundation. So he unfortunately he received his heart transplant but didn't survive. He lasted about a month in intensive care and passed away in October 2014. And so the reason we're here is sort of to ride in his memory. He started sort of helping us with preparation, and so we're sort of finishing it for him really.
Well, while we're back here in Oceanside with the teams going through registration, there's still a race going on. And our Media One journalist, Jen Salazar, gave us some sights and sounds from the front of the race. So why don't we go ahead and check that out. Hey, well, thank you very much, Jen, for that footage. It looks fun out there. I can't wait to get back on the road myself. In the meantime, I'll tell you what, let's check out the leaderboard. So here we go in just 1 second, and bam! All right, folks, so there you go. Now, on that leaderboard that I showed you, it was just the top 3 teams or solo riders in each category. If you'd like to see a full list of where everyone is standing, make sure to go to the Ride Farther website. There you can find links to either the leaderboard or the live tracker, which will give you the exact location of where your favorite racer is. So why don't I show you our little social media page. Here we go. For the most up-to-date stats, go to the Ride Farther website and check on the leaderboard link. Or you can see exactly where your favorite racers are by checking out the live tracker. Make sure to follow us on social media. On Facebook, it's Race Across America or Race Across the West. On Twitter, it's @RamRaces. And on Instagram, it's @RaceAcrossAmerica. Well, folks, I'll tell you what, we're coming to the end of this show, but one thing that's very important is we couldn't do this without our sponsors. So I want to give our sponsors a shout out. Go ahead and check out this scroll. Folks, thank you again for joining us for the Daily Recap Show. We'll be back here tomorrow to bring you more coverage, and in the meantime, we'll see you out there. And here comes the end. Here it is.